Hello. I've been working on a Duramax diesel in a top kick or Kodiak truck. It's a ton and a half. Is the general size truck that a wrecker would be. It's a four-wheel drive. The reluctor ring went out in the front of the engine and it lost the signal to the crankshaft sensor. Then it started coding some fuel sensor. And I looked into it. This truck has 37,000 miles. And what I found out is the reluctor ring came unbolted off the crankshaft, and the dealer did not want to honor the warranty. Let me show you the reluctor ring if you don't know what it is. This is the reluctor ring. This is supposed to be notched like that, so don't be concerned. There's 3 bolt holes here. One here, one here, one up here that holds it to the oil pump drive gear that fits on the front of the crankshaft. And what happened is you can see these holes are all wallered out. Let me flip that over so we can see a little better. You can see how it's all elongated. 2 out of the 3 are messed up like that. This other hole right here is an alignment dowel to make sure you get it centered right. Notice that hole's egged out a little bit. You can see that one's messed up. You also see how this is up real shiny around here. They did that because it's been loose inside the engine. Trying to get it where you can see good. You can see over here on this side where it's all shiny, where it's been vibrating and loose. And over on this side, it's still got the gold color on it. What happened to this? You can see where it's been chewed up by the drive gears, where it come loose. This here would not clear the oil pan when I tried to put it back on after it had been mounted on the gear. I ended up taking the transmission out of the truck to get the upper oil pan off. It took me an extra 2 days of work to get that off. There's a lot of work involved with this. There's no gaskets. There's a few O-rings. And you take some stuff that looks like window caulking and you glue this engine together. It's kind of crazy. I actually bent the lower oil pan trying to get it to separate. It was glued on so tough. These are the little bitty bolts that fell out. They're socket head bolts. They take, I don't know, 5mm or 4mm, something like that. Socket driver. And they're just little bolts, and they had a little bit of Loctite on them, but the Loctite that come on them wasn't suitable for use in oil. And them bolts torque to 70 inch-pounds, and that's not enough torque to keep them tight. And that's what happened, is they didn't have enough torque and they vibrated out. But I'm a little tired of working on that 6.6 Duramax because I worked on it about 8 days straight before I could get it running. I can only imagine that the repair bill would have been $5,000 at the dealership, and the parts was around $300. I just want to share my experience with this Duramax engine. You know, it kind of pisses me off that the truck's only got 37,000 miles, and I had to do a sensor problem turn into a major overhaul, to say the least. I understand that it is a good running engine. You know, it is pretty strong. I've worked on the Cummins and I've worked on the 7.3 in the Fords. I haven't worked on the 6-liter yet, which is also an international engine. They got a lot of turbo problems where the wastegate will hang up on it. Then it has so much boost it blows the head gaskets. Or it has no boost and it won't get out of its own way. These are my comments on the Duramax diesel. I mean, I welcome any comments you guys have that own that type of truck. And I also bought a software disk that I installed on my computer, and it's similar to what the dealership has. And most of the fasteners on Duramax either use a socket driver, which is basically an Allen wrench, and they have torque to yield bolts, which means the flywheel bolts you put down 60 foot-pounds, then you turn in bolts 60 degrees. Then you go on to the next step and turn them an additional 60 degrees. So you've got 120 degrees total stretch on them bolts, and that's putting it down over 300 foot-pounds. I would say closer to 400 foot-pounds is what it took to break them loose. Anyway, just give me some comments of what your thoughts are on the Duramax. I mean, I hate working on the thing, but they're here to stay. They're a whole lot better than the 6.2 that the GM had years ago. Thanks for watching.